G'day you beautiful people, and welcome back to another Destiny video. Today we're going to be looking at the two sections of the Vosiks fight in Wrath of the Machines. Okay, so we're going to start off with the first section. The first thing you'll notice when you spawn in is that in front of you there will be a giant capacitor with a dial on it with a white circle on the floor. Okay, there are three of these in the area, one left, one right, one middle. And then you will notice that there are these white beams of light, okay, which when passed over give you a buff called voltage rising. Okay, it goes from stage 1, 2, 3 and then max. So what you're looking to do in this section is to get to max, get over to the giant capacitors, hold square to slam the electricity into the capacitor. Once they're fully charged, they will start to drop Siva charges onto the ground out of all three of the capacitors. You use these to throw at the boss to take his shield down, and then while his shield is down you can also continue to throw them to do damage. Okay, so you just throw them at him to do damage until his shield comes down, and then you wail on him until he decides that he wants to put his shield back up, and then you rinse and repeat. Okay, now people will tell you that you need to split up in 3 groups of 2 and you need to have 3 runners and they need to go to their own capacitors, but it's not actually correct for normal mode. All you really need to do is have 1 runner. We generally just have 2. Okay, so we have 1 person on left, 1 person on right, 1 person on middle and a floater, and then we have 2 runners. Now these runners just kind of stick to one side, so they can collect 4 without getting in the way of the other runner. Once they are fully charged, it does not matter where they go. It doesn't matter which capacitor they go to. You just need to get them charged up. As soon as one is charged, it will actually start dropping Siva charges from all 3 anyway. So as far as normal goes, it does not matter right now whether you have 3 runners. It does not matter if you have 3 sets of charges going into 3 different capacitors. Okay, it just matters that you get that dial to red and get the Siva charges to drop by just continuously putting them in capacitors. Okay, now the only other part of this fight is that there will be 3 voltage eaters that will come out. They are giant shanks like the Fallen Saber. Okay, so you need to get them down before they get to the capacitors, because they will discharge what you have done. Okay, they'll take all the voltage out that you have put into them. So it's the job of the floater and the defender on left, right and middle to make sure that they do not reach these capacitors. Okay, that's pretty much the whole boss fight. All you're doing is getting your runners to hit 4 of these beams of light, go over to a capacitor, slam it in, and then throw the Siva charges at the boss, drop his shield, either continue throwing the charges at the boss or just do normal damage, and rinse and repeat until you've got it done. Okay, now you're going to get to a certain point where you've done enough damage and Vosiks is actually going to retreat. You are then going to follow him inside, do a little jumping puzzle and move on to the second section of the boss fight, which we'll get onto now. Okay, so we're in the second section of Vosiks. We're going to split up into three groups of 2, okay, 2 left, 2 mid, 2 right. And to start off with, we're just going to be killing ads until a Siva charge drops from the ceiling. Then dedicate 1 person of each team to be your thrower. Okay, so while they're throwing, the other guy is just dealing with ads, probably dealing with a captain. Okay, so you want to throw these at the same time. So call when you've picked them up, have 1 person call 3, 2, 1, go. Because if 1 person misses or 1 person is too late, you tend to not do enough damage and you cannot get his shield down in 3 passes. Okay, once you have thrown these charges, one of the monitors up the front of the room will start to glow and it will need to be blown up. Otherwise you will have to go and use one of your rooms early. Okay, he's going to go into a state that is going to try and wipe you, and you will need to use one of your safety rooms, which we'll get onto in a minute. So you want to make sure you do not miss your monitors. Okay, make sure that you are calling out when you will have your charges, and you're all throwing them at the same time. Okay, now once you've gotten his shield down, you're going to head to middle. You're going to use a bubble and a tether. You're going to hit him with absolutely everything you have. After a little bit, 2 more charges are going to drop from the ceiling. And what you're going to do is, once these charges drop, you're going to have the people that are not throwing them go and find the room that they're going to, okay, while the other 2 people actually throw the charges. Ooh, pardon me. Okay, and then you're going to get inside. Once you get inside one of these rooms, it will be dictated which room you go to, because there will be a light up on the front of it, as you saw. There will be a console on the inside. Once it starts flashing, you pretty much have to shoot it because you're running out of time. Don't worry if anyone dies at this stage, because you will be able to get a teabag in, and you will be able to get a revive off in time. Okay, now these rooms, there are 4 in total, 2 left, 2 right, and generally at the start, the left front and right front rooms will be the rooms that you're able to go in. So the front being the side closest to the boss, okay? So the left and right rooms closest to the boss will be the first ones that you can go into. Alright, so on your first 2 phases, that is what you're aiming for. And that is pretty much the basics of this fight, okay? So you're going to deal with ads. You are going to get your 3 charges picked up. You're going to have one person call it once everyone has said they've got it. It's going to say 3, 2, 1, go. Throw them all at the same time. Make sure you do not miss. Okay, then you're going to move on to dealing with ads as well. Probably have one person left and one person right looking at the monitors. Call them out, top left. Get them down. Move back onto dealing with ads. Waiting for your charges. Okay, get them all thrown at the boss. Move on to damage phase, and as I said, if you're not on the last section, if you're not about to kill him, when the Siva charges drop and your 2 guys go up to throw them, have your other 4 players go to the room. Your 2 people throwing charges will throw the charges, look for where you are, and come straight to you. Okay, and then you're going to rinse and repeat. It is very, very simple. You're going to get this boss down. You're going to get your loot fall off the edge like I did just there. And happy days. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. If it was, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you would like to see some more Destiny content. Thank you so much for watching. I love your face, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.